What's going on, everybody? So today's video is going to be a little different. It's going to be a little bit of a breakdown of the decisions I made and what led up to the catch today. So sit back, grab your snack, and let's watch this video. So the first cast I made was parallel to this wood line right here because there's outflowing water and wood suspended above the water. So oftentimes bass will hang out underneath the wood waiting for a little snack to get pushed out in the current. Big one came and followed it. So at this point, the fish that had initially been following my swim bait stopped showing up. So I decided to switch to something a little more subtle, slower moving, and reactionary to see if it would work. Now I saw the fish swim off from underneath the sticks out into the center, so I tried to cast past it to see if I could bring my lure back to trick it, but it spooked off into the deeper water. Thinking on my toes, like a ballet dancer, I decided to grab a jig. A slower presentation might give this fish a little more time to think about eating, and that might be the trick to getting this fish to bite. Bass having ignored the initial jig, I didn't give up. I decided to switch to a different jig. I found one with a little rattle and switched the trailer to the bandito bug. The presentation was a little more akin to a bluegill, the snacks that these bass had been munching lately. How does this look in the water? Looks good to me. Upon a retrieve, I noticed that a slightly smaller 2 to 3 pound bass had given some interest to my jig. This gave me confidence to continue to use this presentation, and so I did. Having had fished the same spot for about half an hour, I decided to make a slightly informed gamble. I decided to change spots and change the angle of the dangle, for you see, I had been here in previous months where I had seen the underwater patterns and the topography of the area without water in it. And so here you see a poorly MS Paint drawn picture of the side angle of where we were fishing. If you were facing towards the current, this is what it would look like on the bottom. Something bit at it, but it didn't eat it. Is it a bluegill? Nope. We got a bite, 100%. And so here on this cast, I decided to cast to the right of the current, around the wood, along the shelf, in case there was a fish down there that was lurking underneath the current, waiting for a fish to pass by out near the open water, but not quite just out there. Finally. It's a good one too. Here, big boy. Yes, sir. Woo! Woo! Oh man, it paid off. It paid off coming back here so many times. All right, bud. Look at this fish. That is an absolute unit of a bass. I think it's the one that followed my freaking glide bait earlier. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bandito bug. Bandito bug. Swimming jig. It's a swim jig with a rattle on it. There we go. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm gonna bring this over here next to the water. Gonna get him some air. Gonna wash him off. Gonna get a video and a weight. Hold on tight. Why did I do that with the GoPro in my hand? Hell yeah. All right, y'all, this is why we come to Stevens Creek. Let's get a weight. .6. 5.6. It's a nice fish. Oh. How long is it? We'll get a measurement when we get back home, but we're gonna put it down next to the rod. Okay, so just up to the N on that rod. Wash her off. Get her back. Look at that mouth. Look at that mouth. Look at that fish. Off she goes. Hell yeah. And we did it today on this little jig right here. Did it today on this green pumpkin, green glitter jig with an Alabama craw color bandito bug on the end of it. That was a fish. That was a fish. And this is why we keep coming back to this spot. Even though it's super pressured, these big bass are here and you just gotta trick them. They see a million things every day because this spot's been blown out over the past year, but oh, that was just too much fun. I'm surprised my scale said 5.6. It looked bigger, but whatever. We're gonna go home because we got stuff to do later today, but thank God for blessing us with that big mama. What a nice fish. All right, you guys, if you've been enjoying these videos, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we will get a better GoPro without a crack in it soon, I promise. We will see you next time. Peace.